So we've all heard the term Nepo baby, right? Well, that whole discourse has resurfaced again online after Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's daughter, North West, performed a part of a production of The Lion King at the Hollywood Bowl. Can I just say, it caused quite the stir and conversation online. And I'm so ready to get into it with you guys. So if you don't know already, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West have a daughter called North West. She's only 10 years old and recently performed as Simba, a part of a production of The Lion King to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the film. When I first initially saw the video, I thought that this was for a school performance or something to do with like a school play or something like that. But apparently it was a huge performance with huge Broadway actors and dancers and celebrities like Jennifer Hudson and the original cast of The Lion King were a part of this production. So let's just say it was a big deal, and a lot of people were basically thrown off that their daughter out of everybody was a part of it. And it's not just because it's Kim's daughter, because you know Kim gets a lot of slack for literally breathing. Like I feel like that in itself is true. So a lot of people always have heat for her, but I think in this case it was because North's performance a lot of people don't think was very good, like on the caliber of a Broadway or like a professional production.
As a music teacher and someone who's been involved in the production, education, and audition side of children's musical theater, I have some opinions about Kim Kardashian's kid performing Simba at the Hollywood Bowl. Before I say anything else, I want to be clear, I do not blame North West. This child had nothing to do with this decision, and she may have been dragged through this process all the way through. We all know that this is her parents' fault, and it is the casting director's fault. Nepo babies and stunt casting is nothing new in the entertainment industry, but I think as far as musical theater goes, especially for children, we're talking about a different animal. Certain things need to be held to a higher standard for a few reasons. Her parents and that casting director threw her to the wolves without any training at all, and they knew that. They knew that this child had no vocal training, no stage training, no musical theater training, and they made the decision to put her on stage anyway.
A lot of people just had a lot to say about it. People felt like she shouldn't have been chosen, and that if she wasn't their daughter, she wouldn't have had this position or this chance. And let me just insert a clip of the video, which I'm sure if you've clicked this video, you've probably seen tons of times because it's literally gone viral online, and particularly on TikTok.
Everybody look like, everybody look like,
Now, before getting into all the specific, I just want to preface that most of the critique that should be, like, if there is going to be critique, it should not be targeted towards North West. She's literally a child. I don't really know what you want from her. She's a baby. God protect the children. She has nothing to do with this decision that was made. And I understand that a lot of people have said that if you're going to put your child on something that is so public and that is a professional level of a performance, of a production, they're going to face criticism, the same as child stars who are on Disney Channel or who are a part of other Broadway productions or who are in sports. There's those types, they're going to be critiqued regardless. So I do understand that, but if you're going to critique it, you should be targeting that towards her parents, not her. She's a baby, leave her alone. Like, as famous and as privileged and as special and as rich as we may think she is, she's a child. Like, you wouldn't go up to a random kid and like call them out and say all these horrible things that are being said online right now. Like, chill out, guys. North's a cutie and she just did what she needed to do, and the performance was cute. Like, that's why when I first saw it, I didn't know that it was a part of like this big show. I thought, oh, is that her school or something like that? Like, come on, guys, come on. You don't have any sympathy for a child? Like, come on. And I think many people are comparing it to like other people who are child stars that have been on Disney or different networks like that and have been really talented and good at a young age. And North, some people are saying she just doesn't have it, and she's realizing for the first time that, girl, you ain't that good. Like, we get it, you're singing It's Your Bestie, Miss whatever with your dad. People are basically saying that her parents have kind of hyped her up or led her to believe that she's better, and some people are even saying that she needs this criticism to humble herself. I don't know, guys. I just tried to tiptoe when it's around someone so young. I think some people are being considerate and are mainly focusing it towards her parents because it is them who probably presented this to her and gave her this idea and put her in this position. But yeah, when it comes to the people arguing that, oh, she took this position from other people who auditioned, there was this video that went viral of this mum who we thought was a mum at first claiming that her child was also auditioning or whatever, and North took the part, and then it ended up being a skit. I was like, how are you gonna... It didn't even give skit. Like, that's why you got so many views. Like, if you did that for views, that's just kind of lame, because it didn't give skit. Or like, if you were gonna make it seem like a funny video, you should have made it clear. You should have at least dressed up. And when I think of comedy people who do comedy on TikTok, they make it kind of clear that it's a skit, but this person just literally recorded themselves and is like, my daughter was a part of that, and Kim Kardashian, like, it doesn't really give skit. You did that for attention. You knew what she was doing. You knew what you was doing. I think some article, I think it was the Daily Mail, they did come out. I think they had an article saying that apparently the people who were behind the production of the Lion King 30th anniversary show are also behind, or someone is behind the Kardashian show, and then it's also, the whole show is going to be played on Disney Plus, which also makes it even more like crazy. Like, oh my goodness, if she's going to be on Disney Plus and she's clearly like doesn't have that Broadway production, like she's not a professional singer or dancer or actor. What was Kim thinking? Like, this is going to be on Disney Plus. I don't know, but yeah, apparently there is some sort of link there. Wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, nepotism at its finest, I guess. People aren't wrong with the nepotism debate, but we have had many stars in the media right now who are so popular who benefited from nepotism. I think Miley Cyrus, for example, she was a child star and her dad was also a musician, but I guess you could say that she was a very good singer when she was young, and North, maybe some people wouldn't think that she's a very good singer. Oh yeah, and there was also the whole debacle about the costume, and if you look it up, you can literally search Lion King on Broadway Simba costume. It looks nothing like that. She was literally wearing a yellow tracksuit with some fluffy slippers and then a fluffy hoodie. Like, it was very like out of place. It didn't really look like a lion, if we're gonna be honest. And something else that I didn't see many people commenting on, why was there no Nala? Like, why did she play Simba? Why didn't she play Nala? Like, of course, I think on Broadway, it doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. I think you can play any role, but wouldn't you want her to play Nala? And why was there no Nala on stage? Why was it only Simba? Because all the other videos that I've seen of like the Lion King on Broadway, there's Nala and Simba. I don't know, I just think the whole thing was weird. Like, the whole thing was just a little bit off. And I think it was also because she was the only child on stage. Like, there could have at least been other child background dancers, but she was the only one. I'm wondering if she did have a lot of training or if she did rehearse with everybody else. Was it a last minute decision for her to change her costume? Just a lot of questions there. All in all, my personal opinion on it is, she's the baby. She's like, even though she's not a literal baby, but people who understand where I'm coming from will get it. Like, she's little, leave her alone. She doesn't need all this criticism and all these people talking about this left, right and center. It's just a little bit much. But was it a very good performance? If you're talking about like a proper Broadway 10 out of 10 stellar Disney kid, typical Disney kid who, like, no, it wasn't that level. But for her age and for the average 10-year-old, it was good and it was cute. If we know Kim, she gives off someone who constantly wants her kids to be in the spotlight and that kind of thing. Kanye, I really don't know. I feel like he's just backtracking. Like, one minute he's like, I don't want my kid on Disney, I don't want my kid on TikTok. The next minute he's putting North in his music videos, and then he's also saying that North is singing an album, like she has an album coming out, like a whole album. Like, it's just very surprising to me also, because with all this stuff that's coming out this year about child stars and what they went through when they're being famous, it's just quite surprising that they still want to push her down that lane. I would figure that they would let her make that decision when she's a bit older and more mature. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think that people were just overreacting? It wasn't really that big of a deal, she's little. Or do you think people had every right to? And I actually forgot to mention that apparently the tickets were really expensive to go and see this performance. So yeah, I think some people were expecting a performance of a particular caliber, and I guess this girl and her family didn't deliver. So yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you like this, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Toodles.